Hey, it's John Siskovich
And I'm Troy Bishop.
here with my friend Troy. We're in Marshmallow Land. What are we doing in Marshmallow Land, Troy?
We're going to talk about wintering cows.
Wintering cows!
Woo!
There it is. So Troy, you have a 3-part wintering area, right?
Yep.
We're standing right in front of your first part. Can you tell me a little bit about how you laid it out, why it is what it is?
Well, it's always been kind of a barnyard, and we actually got some blacktop and made it a hardened area because it was always muddy.
All right.
And then back here, you can see I put up a pounded posts and put up a windbreak because that's where the west wind comes. And put up treated plywood, just blocks the wind, and it's actually really nice back here. The sun comes and beats in here. It's warm, and then we have leaves, hay, and we actually have an outdoor wintering area, and we build it up. We put bedding out here, and they actually really like it outside in this area other than the barn. They'd rather be outside than in the barn.
So what I'm looking at right now, I love that there's a blacktop, and that way when you put the bedding out, it's easy to just scoop up and finish composting that manure. There's a couple trees and bushes and even kind of a small hill, and then some plywood on a fence to work as a windbreak coming down from the hill, so that's that side.
Yep.
And then right beneath us, your fence is not as solid as the plywood fence. That's where you feed, right?
Yeah, this is our feeding alley, and we'll take a quick look at it.
So we're down in that feeding area. Let's wait for that truck to go by. So now we're down in your feed alley. How does this work? You have all your feed.
So
right
all
there.
the bales are here, and I want to be efficient at feeding and keeping waste down. So I have my tractor, and I come in and I grab a couple bales. I could grab a week's worth of bales, and I basically take all the plastic off, and then I put them end to end all the way through here.
So if I'm a cow, I can just
stick
stick my head through.
Yep.
And eat some hay.
And you can eat, and then you can go lay down, and there's always feed here.
Because I'm pooping that way, it keeps all the manure out of the hay too.
Yeah, it keeps waste down, and which these bales are expensive. They're organic baleage. So you want to keep the waste down, and it gives animals that want to eat, then they can go, and other animals can come in here. And the other thing is it's very efficient. I can feed 55, 60 head in less than an hour. If I need to go away for a weekend, I can lay more bales. I've actually stacked bales on top of bales if you're going to extended period of time, like a holiday. It makes it really efficient. And there's a lot less waste, and the manure stays over there where the hay and the bedding and stuff is to soak it up. So, and then it makes it nice to clean up. These panels all come apart. They have
so pins, the whole thing's modular.
So you pull it back, and you can come in and scoop it up during the winter time if it gets too messy.
Yeah.
Or bring in more bedding or whatever.
That sounds perfect.
It's awesome.
Here we are at wintering area number 2. We have curtains. What's the deal, Troy?
Hey, curtains make a great windbreak because the north wind comes roaring in here, and if you didn't have something here, because the animals have free access. So I put these curtains up to mitigate the snow and the rain from coming in and the wind.
And these are like walk-in cooler plastic curtains, and they're super durable.
They are. I bought the heavy duty.
Yep.
And the other thing is it allows me, without having a gate here, to drive in with my tractor and clean the barn. So that makes it real nice.
So yeah, behind us is however many feet of barn with stalls set up, and we'll cut the B-roll for this.
There's about 60 feet.
60 feet of barn.
60 feet of barn
with stalls and
beds, and this is great for really heavy snow, wintering, and then also mud season, because they go, instead of having a lane, I already have an overtaxed lane. It's called a barn.
Yeah.
So I have this free concrete in the barn, and so they go from the wintering area 1 through this barn, and they can hang out if they want, or they go to the wintering area number 3. and I don't have to deal with mud. I absolutely hate mud. So
Let's go to number 3.
let's go to number 3.
Now we're in area 3. What do you have in area 3?
In area 3, this has been the traditional barnyard since the 1900s. And what's happened is it's gotten bigger because we have more cows. So we actually have some blacktop laid down there. We had an old chicken barn that we converted into more of a pole barn. And we have roof gutters. We're trying to keep the clean water clean.
Yeah.
In the dirty water, there's a bark bed down there where the water naturally drains.
And that'll help filter it out.
Filter water. And so again, in the wintertime, we don't like mud.
Yep.
And we got to be able to clean up.
Yeah.
So inside that barn houses hay, but as we feed it, we
Yep.
use it for housing.
So yeah, your hay storage space becomes housing for the cows.
So they use the feeding area over there. Then they come through the barn, and there's beds in there, and then there's another place where they can eat,
Yep.
a bale, and then they can walk through, and they can actually come over here, and there's some feeding areas inside the pole barn. So that keeps them spread out. Also in this, there's access to pasture from multiple places. There's gates.
I was gonna say, well, looking around, I see a bunch of gates with access to different paddocks at different parts of Troy's pasture, so that you could bring the cows in or put the cows out in different areas of the farm from that one central wintering area.
The main thing for this is we try to stay away from here as much as possible. Mud season or really heavy snow is where we keep them. Last year we had a lot of open winter and frozen ground. We use our wood lots, we use the pastures and feed hay out there. So this is really, really great for mud season and those early spring 4 feet snow events where
Where it's just crazy outside.
so we have water, we just going on vacation and we don't want to we deal with animals in the woods and everything else. So we're I'd love to have more concrete. I would love to have more things better,
Yeah.
if that's a phrase I can use.
That could be a phrase.
It comes out of my pocket, so I have to, I work a little each year to try to get better. It's not, I just don't have. So part of working with the conservation district folks, man, roof gutters, keeping clean water clean and keeping that rainwater off this area is huge. That's probably the number one thing I can say. Roof gutters, wow.
Yeah.
You can't believe how much rain comes off these roofs and into these areas. And once you get that away, life is a lot sweeter.
Well, it not only keeps your area a little cleaner and drier, but it also, you just reuse that water to feed your livestock.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Yeah, one of the things, Troy's been a real mentor to me in that he impressed upon me early on is that you read all the books and you have all these ideas and, permaculture principles and sustainability. You can't do it all year 1 or year 2 or year 5, but you iterate, and every year you add a little bit more. If you have any questions about the wintering area now that we've made the video, leave them in the comment section below and we'll get back to you with a response. Like the channel if you like Troy as much as I do. There's a little thumbs up button somewhere on the bottom. And until next time,
See you out in the field. To hear it.
volunteer fire department.
Oh no, there's
No?
there's a hay there's a grazing emergency.
Oh no! To the pasture!